Hello, and welcome to this episode of FlyBy, presented by the National Model Aviation Museum. I'm your host, Claire, and today we're going to have a look at the museum's oldest model. At the beginning of the 20th century, model aviation for the hobbyists was in its infancy. Aeromodelers were just beginning to understand how to control their models in flight, while at the same time experimenting with different forms of power. Rubber bands were by far the most popular, but others were experimenting with rockets, steam, springs, internal combustion, and compressed air. In 1914, TWK Clark & Company exhibited a model powered by a compressed air motor at the 5th International Aerial Exhibition in England. Bing Brothers, one of the world's largest manufacturers of toys, located in Nuremberg, Germany, quickly followed by releasing their Autoplan in 1914. The Bing Toy Company was formed by brothers Ignaz and Adolf Bing in the 1860s, and by the early 20th century had become the largest toy company in the world. Primarily known for its toy trains and ships, the company began to produce a variety of model airplanes to include rubber-powered, pull-string, and compressed air models. While the company was able to survive the First World War, the Great Depression was a different matter altogether. Sales declined so much by 1933 that the company was forced to close. Compressed air-powered models are an important part of early aeromodeling. While rubber power was the most popular, compressed air motors were, at the time, the only way to have a model powered by a working rotary engine. Because of their high cost and delicate nature, few were ever bought, but stories about these models often appeared in magazines. The National Model Aviation Museum hoped to acquire a complete airplane, but the chances were very small because the airplanes were rarely found intact due to their delicate nature. Often only the motor and air tank are salvageable. For a long time, the only possibility seemed to build a reproduction using an existing motor and tank from the museum's collection. All that changed in 2014 when Mr. Dick Moyer donated the Bing Autoplan that we have in the collection today. According to Mr. Moyer, the airplane was used as a decoration for a party given for Charles Lindbergh in 1927 following his flight to Paris, France. Mr. Moyer's great-uncle, Arthur Burke, a Sioux Indian who performed in vaudeville theaters as Chief Little Elk, attended the party. After the party, he spoke to the host of the event and acquired the airplane. According to another family member, yes, it would move under its own power. They would have to chase it down the street in Quincy, Illinois because it would get away from them. The model was restored in 2015, and we hope that someday we might locate a picture from the event. So if you have a picture or really any other information about this airplane, please let us know. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of FlyBy. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or corrections, please email us at museum@modelaircraft.org. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.